Hello, coin collectors out there. Welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. Here on this channel, I share with you some coins that are part of my collection and try and give you some advice about what to look for the coins that you have. So here we have a 1970 penny. This is the best condition 1970 penny that I've got, which is why I put it in a nice little placeholder here. You can buy these placeholders for pretty cheap. They come in very large quantities. So if you've got a bunch of coins you're thinking about preserving, this is a good way to do it. You just put some staples around the outside and it has a little plastic center. So you can buy those on Coin Supply, which is where I believe I got this one. So what I'm looking at here is a 1970 penny. It's kind of a common date. There were a lot that were made this year, and it's not particularly old, but these coins can be worth a lot of money. The 1970 small date is one of the most known variety coins out there, and it can be worth a lot of money. So we're going to look at this one right here and see if it happens to be a small date, and if it is, then we really hit the jackpot. So what you want to look for, there were there were a lot of these produced in 1970. With the large date, there were 690 million produced. So the large date, looking at right here. Now it's better to look at this through a microscope, but I'm going to do my best with my camera zoomed in all the way. So the key to identifying the small date versus the large date is looking at the 9 and then seeing if the tail of the 9, the curled end of the 9 right there, if that points down like this direction, if it points kind of southeast, then it's going to be a large date and it's going to be worth a less than a small date. Still, obviously going to be worth the face value, so it's not going to be worth less, but it's going to be not as valuable as the small date. If the 9 is facing inwards toward the 7, if it's really curled in right there and then facing kind of back up at the tip of the 7 right there, then that's going to be an indication that it is a small date as well. There will also be a bit of a tighter gap between the 9 and the 7. And another way to identify the small date is by looking at the words Liberty right here and seeing if it's kind of fat and kind of a little bit bigger than it should be. Unfortunately, looking at mine right here, it looks like the letters are pretty average, and this right here is not curling in toward the 7, it's curling just kind of southeast. So unfortunately, I think, whoops, just knocked the camera, sorry about that. Unfortunately, I think this one right here is the large date, so it's not going to be worth as valuable as the small dates. Now, the small dates can be worth a lot of money. New ones in kind of conditions like this can be worth starting at $82 in normal grade, and then really go up from there up to the thousands of dollars for that rare small date variety 1970 coin. And that's just because there were so many billions of these produced, but just a few rare coins that have the small date on them. So people generally disregard these coins. They look at the reverse. They see that it's not a wheat penny, and they see that the date isn't 1960s or earlier, so they just kind of disregard it. But this is another reminder. If you see my recent videos, you know that there are some valuable modern pennies out there to look for, and this is one of them. So I've got some other pennies to compare it to. I noticed that the S on this one, it could just be me. When you look at coins for a while, you start to kind of think the mint marks are moving around on you. But there's the S. It looks pretty high. Here is a P. As you can see, this 2017 P, the mint mark is much lower. Now that does happen sometimes. Sometimes the orientation of the mint mark itself gets tilted or altered, or it goes higher or lower. So let's look at a couple more of them in comparison to that 1970S. So here is a wheat penny in 1953. You can see the D is much lower than the 1970S. In here, speaking of modern coins, this is about as modern as you can get. Here's a 2017 P mint mark. You can see that that mint mark is much lower than that S as well. So there are some other interesting mint marks that you might not know about that I want to run down with you. There is the C for the Charlotte. Those were gold coins only, made from 1838 to 1861. There is the CC Carson City mint mark, made from 1870 to 1893. There is the D mint mark, not just for Denver, it's for Dahlonega, Georgia. Those were gold coins only, made from 1938 to 1861. There is the O mint mark for New Orleans, which made coins from 38 to 1909. There's the Philly, which you know of, the San Francisco, which you know of, the W for West Point as well, which started putting the W on the mint marks in 1983. They make coins just for collectors, so you won't see any of those intended for circulation. Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll pluck one out of circulation, but those were intended for collectors, sold at a premium. And if you find one in circulation, it's because someone tossed it back in there. So I'll peel away these pennies right here, and you can compare them to the mint mark that is behind them. So 2017 P, 1953 D, 2017 P again. So there's, let's take one last look at this one. Now this coin is in great condition. It's got some scratches on it, but you can really appreciate the red color of it. It's especially when you kind of do the cartwheel there and see the different ways that the light can hit it. It's a great looking coin. The redder the penny looks, the better, if you ask me. So here's the reverse. It's got even fewer scratches on the reverse than the obverse. Looking at the lettering there, unfortunately don't see any doubling on that. United States of America, 1 cent. There's the Lincoln Memorial design that you're used to seeing if you look at a lot of pennies. So here is back to the obverse of the coin. Alright, I'm going to start to sign off. If you're into coin collecting, please like, comment, subscribe. If you appreciated this video, feel free to share it with a friend. Post it on social media if you like. Tag all your friends, I guess. Alright, take care everyone. Have a great day. Enjoy.